All right, so today we're going to talk about one of my favorite attraction cheat codes. I know I said that before, but this one, it's just funny. It makes me laugh. It kind of makes me smirk. And if I'm having a stressful day or a tough day or I didn't sleep well or just some crazy happens, it kind of gets me off my A game. This one always does the point of resetting me. Now, today we're going to talk about an attraction cheat code that's designed to immediately get people to adopt your entire worldview like that. Sounds crazy, but to immediately adopt your worldview and really believe everything that you tell them. And obviously, we want you to be honest, but most people, they're not going to believe people when the other person is a salesperson. But when we use this attraction cheat code, it's going to be just like that. They're going to immediately adopt everything you have and give you massive benefit of the doubt. Sounds like something that we all would want to use. Well, today we're going to talk about something that I call common enemy. Now, common enemy is just simple. It's when somebody finds out that somebody that was an enemy or an adversary, whatever word you want to use, that you share the same adversary, they're going to feel a bond because they know that you have a lot in common with them. So for example, we're not getting into politics, but it's a great example. If you were to say, I love President Trump, and the other person felt the same way, then they're going to immediately just assume that you share the same politics, the same mindset, and a number of things, but you're also going to have the same set of kind of enemies or adversaries on the same side. Let's say it was the opposite, and you saw somebody who, had a shirt that said, I hate Trump or F Trump or whatever it is, then you're going to see that person, and if they share your opinion on that, you're going to immediately feel like you can talk about 10 to 12 different topics, and there's always going to be a strict agreement on that. So with common enemy, the cool thing about this is one of the things that it functionally does, like I said, is it will immediately eliminate resistance. And not only that, it will immediately have a bond between you two. And when you tell them something, they're going to be predisposed to agree with you. I mean, think about that. You're in sales and you have a tool that when you can employ it, will get people to immediately give you the massive benefit of the doubt and a predisposition to agree with you. So in sales, how I used to use that, and again, I talking about the time when I first started using this working for the college, I realized that most of the people who were talking to these people, like from other schools, and it could even be from the same school maybe that I worked at, were just salespeople, were pushy, they had managers with big goals, and they were aggressive. And I mean, it was kind of like trying to buy a timeshare or going into the gym for the first time, like they're going to get the big sales pitch. And so I would tell them that. And I mix it a little with storytelling. But I would tell them, I'm like, yeah, this is kind of the background. Unfortunately, in my industry, there's a lot of people that when they call you, this is kind of what you're going to experience. Boom, boom, boom. I described the whole thing. And, this is everything that's going on their end. They're worried about hitting their goal. They're worried about getting written up if they don't hit their goal. And unfortunately, it's like, that's terrible. I mean, all you're trying to do is trying to go to college and try to find the right one. And yet you get like the worst people seemingly calling you. And of course, they're nodding because that's been their experience, but nobody's actually come out and vocally said that. So at this point, they're like, okay, well, this guy gets me. This guy has the same point of view as I do. He definitely seems like, since he agrees with that, he must agree with me on a lot of other things. And so the immediate thought is, well, this guy must be different. Of course, I am saying that. I'm like, yeah, I'm not calling you because I need to really enroll anybody. I'm pretty much done, but my boss asked me to call you, which was true. But they're immediately seeing is, wow, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And at that point, it's not just whatever small point that they agree with me on, but whatever point I mention, and that's my dog in the background, by the way, whatever small point I agree with, that I mention, they're going to agree with, but everything else in the background, they're just going to have this natural predisposition to agree with me. So the question is, what can you do? Who is your common enemy? Who is the one person that when you bring it up and really kind of pull back the curtain and explain why they're doing the things that they're doing that you and them, neither of you like, that immediately are going to get them to immediately want to be associated with you and have more in common with you. And on the other end, help you out. I mean, people that have an affinity with each other always want to help each other out. It's the reason why, like, when you graduate college, you pay all this money to a college. And then once you graduate, one of the first things they do is they start fundraising off you. Like, hey, could you give us some more money for classes that you're not taking, right? But it's an affinity. People do it because they want to support their alma mater. But it's the same reason. It's in a sense, it's a common enemy because, like, for example, I went to University of Miami, and if I meet somebody that has a Miami hat on, I immediately know that we don't like Florida State, we don't like Ohio State, and we're going to have a lot of other things in common because we either have shared experiences or we just have that common enemy. It's very powerful. So let me know in the comments or shoot me an email, matt@salescheatcode.com, and I'll talk to you soon. To get more information on the Sales Cheat Code, go ahead and click on the subscribe button below. Also, down below in the video description, down there, there's a link that takes you to our website that gives you additional content, some additional freebies that we have, and gives you information on some programs that we have that have been proven to help people to make sales easy so that you can make the kind of money you want, live the lifestyle that you've always wanted, and not have to struggle in the process. And what might be the coolest thing of all is you don't have to put much effort into it. It truly is a cheat code that most people don't know about. And it's a cheat code that can change your life today. So click on the link below and let me help you start to experience these results starting right now.